so with my humble coding knowledge, let's say that I want to write a code for a button, all right? So I'm going to say, I want you to write me the CSS code for a blue button, right, with black color, right, color on hover, and 5 pixels in border radius, right? And I'm going to say something like, okay, I want the background. All right, the background, we already spoke about the background of the button. It's actually blue. But what I want is the borders. I need okay, yellow borders, but black on hover. And it's going to generate the code right now. So just watch this. Right, watch this. Right. Right. So there you go. It's just, isn't it crazy? Isn't this crazy? You know, it's actually writing code right now, and it's completely functional, operational code that you can take and you can integrate with your WordPress website, right? You can integrate to modify a button, right? So this is just crazy. So if you're let's say that you want to write an HTML, right? I want you, or you can write other things such as, I want you to write C++ code for the tic-tac-toe game. There you go. Sure. Here's a simple C++ implementation. All right. Okay. Can you see this? Can you just see how crazy this is? It's just crazy. It's just crazy what this can do. You know, it's just limitless. So, I mean, if you know this tool right now and you're not using it to get the best mark in school at whatever programming language you're studying, you're really missing out. You're really missing out. So you can get the best marks out there. You can just outperform every single student in school with this. It's just amazing, isn't it? So it's just writing this. I mean, Jesus. I mean, this is crazy, man. This is just crazy. I have paused the video and it's still actually generating the code. So there you go. Here's the code. Here's the code in C++. You can take this and go to code blocks or whatever software you're using, and you can put that in there and just run the code and you'll have a game. You'll have written a game. So I'm going to ask it, hello, can you write the Java script code for the WhatsApp app? Let's just see what it says. I'm sorry. But writing the JavaScript code for an entire app like WhatsApp would be very complex and time-consuming task. It would require deep understanding of JavaScript as well as... So you can see that sometimes it might refuse you. So you have to be smart, right? You have to be smart. And you only have to ask it questions that you really struggle with answering. So some of the things, let's say you're just struggling to write a piece of code, but you want to write it fast. You can come here and you can ask it the question, right? But don't ask it to write an entire code that's very, very big. Now here, for the C++ code, even though it's huge for the game tic-tac-toe, but it wrote it because C++ is actually not that, you know. I studied it about 7 years ago, and it wasn't really that complex. So let's just make a last try with code. I'm going to say, I want you to write an HTML and CSS code for a landing page to sell a Nike shoe for $40. Right, sure. Here's a sample HTML and CSS code. Right. There you go. So it's actually running it, and it's going to write you a code for a landing page that you can use to sell a Nike shoe. This is just amazing. It's just amazing, man. And please do not use this to cheat in school, because you're just going to have the best marks, and the teacher is going to notice that, hey, you haven't been having these amazing marks, and right now you're doing very well. What changed? And maybe the teacher is going to, just start noticing that, hey, this guy is But by the way, let's be real here. This is not available for phones, right? Or is it? I'm not pretty sure it's available for phones, but if it is, then it's just we're screwed here. So it still is writing the code, because it's a big code that I asked it to write. It's not very simple. And I'll take this code and I'll go and I'll just place it. I'll just simulate the code. Okay, so right now that our code is ready, you can click here on copy code at the top here. And I'm going to go to Google and search for a website known as CodePen. So go to codepen.io and let's just sign up for free. I already have an account, but I'm just going to sign up. So let's sign up with email, right? All right, so after you sign up, you should be able to see this. So I'm just going to close this one down, and I'm just going to paste the code. All right, so when you paste the code, it's actually going to run it back in the back end. And you can see that this is how the code looks like, right? So this is the page. It doesn't really look that classy. It doesn't really look great, but still, it actually generated us a landing page, 90s style. So you can, the more you know about code, the better, because then you're going to be able to ask specific instructions that I myself wouldn't be able to ask, because like I said, I'm not a pro HTML and CSS guy. I know enough, but I don't know that much. Okay, so that's how I leave it. So next, I'm going to show you some other interesting things that I personally use that normally I would have used a tool such as Excel to do, right? You already know Excel, and basically you know that in order to do great things with Excel, you need to know functions and you need to know instructions and all of that. So with a tool such as ChatGPT, you can actually do that. You can ask it questions about functions, and it will give you functions, and it will also give you instructions on how to use those functions.